guys, welcome to SS MultiMedia. I'm Krithika Balakanta and today we are going to be estimating differences. Our objective for today is understanding how to estimate differences. So the objective is, basically what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to estimate differences. So basically, if you can see right over here, we're just going to subtract a number. Here, let me make it here. We're just going to subtract 351 minus 200, let's make it 189. And to say that we're going to have to round to the nearest tenth. We're going to round to the nearest 10, and we're going to estimate the differences. So let's get started. So the first question is, round to the nearest 100 and estimate each difference. So the first problem is 321 minus 112. So we have 321 minus 112. So the first number is 321. And it says we have to round to the nearest 100. To the nearest 100, so that's the key point. So to the, oh no. Okay, to the nearest 100. That's our key point, nearest 100 and 321. So let's just write it right over here, 321. And our hundreds place is the 3. The 3 is in the hundreds place. And we have to round to the nearest hundreds place. And to do that, so we have to basically round the tens. So we have 321. In the tens place is it's closer to 0 than it is to 5. It's closer to 0 than it is to 10, actually, not 5, to 10. So that means this would be 300 if we round it. Since it's closer to 0 and so is this, they both become zeros. So our new value is 300. So since we estimated 321 to 300, not estimated, sorry, rounded to 300, so that is the first number that we rounded. So let me just erase all this to make some room. So we have 300 minus blank, because we're going to now estimate the second number. So we're going to round 112. So 112. Again, we have to round it to the nearest 100. But to round to the nearest 100, we have to first look at the nearest tens. And the tens is closer to 0 than it is to 10. So again, this becomes 100. 112, one rounded, becomes 100 because 12 is closer to 100 than it is to 200. So we're going to get rid of this question mark, and it's going to be 300 minus 100. So 300 minus 100 is equal to 200. So our answer, when estimated, is 200. So 200 is our estimate for the first problem. So 321 minus 112, when estimated, is equal to 200. Equal to 200. So now let me just erase all this to make up some space. We're going to do the same thing for the second problem right over here, because we are applying the same question to the problem. So basically, this is applying to this as well. So, all right. Again, the first number is 255. So we have 255. And we want to estimate that. We want to round it. And to round, we have to do 255. Again, we're going to do the same thing as we did for 321 and 112. The first number stays the same. The second number, 55, is closer to 100 to 300 than it is to 200. So 55 is closer. It's closer to 300 than 200. All right. So that basically means these two become 0, and this changes into a 3, because since 55 is closer to 300, our estimate for the first, when we round it, it becomes 300. So our first number is 300. Right, so it would be 300 minus question mark, because we still haven't found what 189 rounds to. All right, so let me just get another color. Let's get white. Okay, so we have 189. We have 189 now. And to round that, again, the first number stays the same. And we look at the rest of the numbers. 89 is closer to 200 than 100. 89 is closer to 200 than 100. So that means, like we did for the 255, the first number, which is a 1, it changes to 2. And the other two numbers, they go to 0. This is because 189 is closer to 200. So, let's see. 189 is closer to 200 than it is to 100. So, this becomes 200. So now, our question would be 300 minus 200. 300 minus 200 is equal to 100. So this, when estimated, its estimate is 100. So the estimate of 255 minus 189 is 100. All right, let's go to the next question. So the second question, it's actually the same as the previous questions. Round to the nearest 100 and estimate the difference. So here we have 704 minus 369. So first, let's round 704. We have 704. We keep the 7 the same. And the next two numbers, it's just 4. The 0, it means nothing. You don't count the 0. So technically, it's just 7 blank 4. There is nothing here. It's just an imaginary place. It's 704. So basically, that means since 4 is so close to 700 than 800, 4 is here. Let me just move this a little. All right, there we go. So 4 is closer to 700 than 800. 4 is closer to 700 than 800, so that means the estimate is 700. So let me just erase all this to make some space. 700 minus question mark, because we don't know what the estimate of 369 is yet. Let me get another color. Let's get blue. Alright, so now we have 369. We have 369. So let's round that to the nearest hundred. So 369. Alright, so we keep the first number the same. Now we have 69. Now we need to question ourselves. Is 69 closer to 400 or 300? Well, 69 is closer to 400 than 300 because it's over 50. If it's over 50, if it's 50 or over, it's closer to the 400, to the number that's coming after. So this would become 400 because 369, the 69 is closer to 400 than 300. All right, so our estimate for 369 would be 400. So now this would become 700 minus 400. 700 minus 400. 700 minus 400 is equal to 300. An easier way to do this is you avoid the zeros, you cross them off, and you just subtract 7 minus 4. 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. Alright, so, and then you add back the 2 zeros that we crossed off in the first. So our answer is 300. So basically, 704 minus 369 is equal to 300. But this is just an estimate. This is not the exact answer. To find the exact answer, you do not round to the nearest hundreds place, or you do not estimate. You don't do any of those. You just straight away subtract these two numbers to get the exact answer. But we did this whole process to find the estimate, and that is not an exact answer, and you guys should keep that in mind. It's not an exact answer. Thanks for watching.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to SS Multimedia. Also, click on the notification bell to be updated on all our videos. Bye!